So before we get started, I have one more surprise for you guys, and that is that Shane and I are starting IVF this month in Greece. We have never gone through IVF before. We've never been pregnant before. We've been trying for 4 years in celebration of our Greece trip. And because Mediterranean food is one of my favorite types of food, we are making something once again from my brand new cookbook, Everyday Indulgence, a Mediterranean style crunch wrap. Oh, yum. Okay, so we got 2 different elements going on here. Both of them come together super quickly. So first we're making a nacho cheese sauce made with feta, some roasted red peppers, and a couple little other things. So we got some milk just to loosen it up a little bit and add some creaminess. And we've got some extra fat, some olive oil, and some nice tang with some red wine vinegar. We're just gonna add a little red pepper flake, just to taste. We're gonna do some fresh garlic. I flippin' hate chopping garlic, so I always use this garlic press. And just a little bit of salt. Don't go too crazy. Feta is already salty. So we're gonna blend this up and it is going to look like nacho cheese, but it's not nacho cheese. Ooh. Look at that color. Woo, spicy. Okay, nacho cheese, done. Now we are going to make a quick garlicky yogurt. And really you can add however much garlic you like. The more you add, the spicier it will be. And yes, raw garlic is absolutely spicy. All right, so we got our garlic. Now we're gonna add a little bit of lemon juice and some salt, and that's it. As Ina Garden would say, how easy was that? All right, as this sits, the garlic flavor is just gonna intensify even more, so I like to make this at the beginning of the cooking process so that it can really mingle. So now we are making a horiatiki salsa, basically a traditional Greek salad turned into a salsa. So we have some tomatoes, some cucumber, chickpeas, some orange bell pepper, and olives. And if you didn't want to buy orange bell pepper, you could just add extra tomato. You could add pepperoncinis to this if you like them. If you don't like olives, you can leave them out. It's really fully customizable to whatever you like. So I have some fresh oregano here that you could totally use dried if you'd like. If you are going to use dried, you won't need quite as much. Just gonna give this a rough chop. Now introducing some more red wine vinegar here. Since we're already using a little bit of lemon juice, I am just gonna add a little bit more here as well. And a little bit of extra virgin olive oil and some salt and pepper. You could add red pepper flake to this if you'd like. Super bright and colorful, delicious. Okay, so now it's time for the crunch in the crunch wrap. So I have these pita. These are Joseph's brand pita. I like them because they're super thin. They actually have the pocket. So we're gonna just kind of cut them in half, leaving 2 rounds, the top and the bottom rounds. We're gonna spray them with oil and we're gonna bake them until they get super crispy. If you don't want to do this step, you can always buy tostadas instead, but I figured since these are Mediterranean crunch wraps, you might as well use pita. Ta-da! Okay, now it is time for our Mediterranean taco meat, and we are using lamb because I love lamb, but you can use ground beef if you're not a fan. So this is the way that I like to prepare ground meat. We're gonna leave it in relatively large chunks and kind of press it into the bottom of the pan to get as much surface area and therefore as much caramelization as possible. I just love the way lamb smells. All right, so now we've got some nice brown crustiness going on. We're gonna flip these Oh yeah, look at that. Look at all that caramelization. I'm gonna go ahead and season these now. You can also do this right before you flip it over or as you're breaking it up. Depending how fatty your lamb is, you can remove however much fat you want. I like to leave a fair amount in because that equals flavor. All right, so starting to get that crustiness on the bottom. I'm gonna turn the heat down now so we don't dry the meat out. We're gonna start breaking this up into small pieces. A metal spatula might actually work a little bit better to get through that crustiness, or you can use a pair of scissors, kitchen shears. If you like your meat really finely ground, Mythical Kitchen had this trick when they did this Taco Bell recipe where they put the meat into a food processor and just pulsed it. I love the idea. I hate the extra cleanup involved, but I am one of those people that really likes finely ground meat situation, but also loves like heavy caramelization. Okay, so now that our meat is pretty much cooked through, I'm gonna add some spices. We have cumin, coriander, paprika, cayenne, and some cornstarch, which is just gonna help get that like saucy, meaty situation that I love from a taco meat. All right, now that our meat is all coated in the spices and the cornstarch, I've got a cup of bone broth we're gonna add. This is adding 10 grams extra protein with this particular brand that I'm using, but it could add up to like 12 grams of protein. So now's the time to scrape up any brown bits that might be stuck on the bottom of the pan. We're gonna bring this to a simmer and let it reduce down until it gets nice and thick and saucy. So we're bringing it to a boil and then reducing it to a simmer pretty much immediately. Let's see those little bubbles. All right, this is looking good. Nice and saucy. The broth is reduced significantly. All right, I think it's time to assemble. We've got a large burrito-sized flour tortilla here, and I've just warmed these in the microwave for like 30 seconds or so, just so that they're a little bit more pliable. So we're gonna start with a quarter of our lamb, and we want to make this about the size as our crunch element. So if you want to check your work, make a little circle and then stick that crunchy pita right over top. Your turn. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Now we're gonna get in there with our nacho cheese. It just really looks like nacho cheese. So a quarter of this, really laying it on thick here. All right, now we're going on with our crunch element, followed by a quarter of our yogurt. I absolutely love garlicky yogurt, like I love it. We're piling on our horiatiki salsa. And I've got a slotted spoon here just so that I can try to eliminate some of those juices. All right, now we're gonna take our little street tacos here. We're gonna stick one street taco just in the center up top, and then we're going to do those classic Crunchwrap folds all the way around. Just kind of hold it in place with your other hand as you're making those pleats. And that's it. Haha. Looks pretty good, right? So I'm just going to set this seam side down while I work on the other ones. Then we just have to toast each side and we're done. All right, time to grill them. Yeah. have it. Mediterranean style Crunchwrap Supremes. Oh, baby. I think we need a cross section. So this baby has over 40 grams of protein per serving, 7 grams of fiber per serving. We're gonna scroll the micronutrient highlights here for you as well. Again, this is included in my new cookbook under the national favorite section, where I recreate / reinterpret national favorites like fast food. Yes, you can pre-order now, and I would very much appreciate if you did. And you can do that at the link in my bio or in the description of the video. Cheers. I love the spices in the lamb, the fresh horiatiki salad on top, the tangy, kind of spicy, garlicky yogurt, and that roasted red pepper feta nacho cheese. It's salty and cheesy in the perfect, like, Mediterranean way. Delicious. It is worth noting that when you make this yourself at home, you're gonna eat these as soon as they're done. My filming process takes a little bit longer, so the crunch in the middle doesn't stay as crunchy, but still so delicious. So what I'd recommend is when you make them yourselves, try to have 2 pans going. That way you can get them done in half the amount of time. Eat them right away. They'll be nice and crunchy. Also wanted to mention, this recipe is for 4 Crunchwraps. I just like having an odd number of things in front of me. I'm gonna miss wine. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. What do you think? All right, guys, that is it for me. I'm feeling fantastic. And these two are for my family, along with the fourth one that isn't pictured. Again, you can get my new cookbook, Everyday Indulgence, at the link in the description of the video or in my bio. This, along with 82 other recipes, are included. I worked very hard on it. Appreciate any and all support that y'all can give me. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining today. Again, leave any questions that you have for IVF, especially IVF abroad, in the comments. I will definitely be bringing you all somewhat on my journey. I haven't decided in what way yet, but I really want to share my experience with you. So stay tuned for all of that. Wish me luck and say a little prayer, please. I hope you all have a great rest of your day or night, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.